very quickly before we get into the main video. I have left down below in the description links to different petitions and places to donate and general information and things to spread and be aware of right now. I understand that I do not have the biggest following here, but this is still a platform that I haven't used, and I am not going to be silent about anything going on right now with the Black Lives Matter movement. Post George Floyd, this has been going on for hundreds and hundreds of years, this injustice and hate and violence against Black individuals in this country and other countries. So no one is exempt from this. Please, it takes 10 seconds to sign a petition. It takes even less time to send a text, to send a tweet. If you have the means to donate, please. I know a lot of us have fallen on very hard times with COVID, but just do your part. Spread what you can. Just help in any way. None of us can afford to be silent right now. Every single voice, they need it. So that's all down below. Please look into that. I know everyone's already seen and heard and been everywhere, but if you can just give any amount of time to this, please go. It's down below. Thank you. Just stay safe, everybody. Cops are fascist. Do I block Mark Lee with the pride flag? Let's hope that doesn't fall. Hello everyone, I am here today. I guess this would be like my June Pride Month TBR, but I am basically just going to show you all of the physical LGBTQIA plus queer books that I own that I'm hoping to read during the month of June. I don't know if I'll get through all of these because I'm not reading as much, but I'm just going to show you all of these. Before I begin, sadly I don't have like any representation past LGB, which one fucking sucks and I hate because that's the most represented out of our community, but I don't even identify with those first three letters, so that sucks. I know last year I had more diversity in that aspect, but I do know that I have half of them are written by queer people of color, which is all the more important. Those stories are even more marginalized, so I'm very happy that I have some to read and to show you guys. And I believe 7 out of the 8 that I'm going to show you are all own voices written by people who identify somewhere in the LGBTQIA spectrum universe, what is this, Marvel? And also the POC rep is own voices, of course. That is the most important thing here. Yes, so let's just get started. I'm just gonna grab and go. This is Southland by Nina Royer. I have shown this in a couple videos. This was gifted to me by Kate. She read this for a class. It is basically about a Japanese American woman living in Los Angeles, and it's set in the 1900s in Los Angeles. I'm not sure the exact time periods that it chronicles. It's basically about our main character's struggle with being queer and Japanese American living during this time period, and I believe that's sort of mirroring the author's own experiences being queer and Japanese living in America during these times. Next is the one that is not own voices, I believe, only because I could not find anything about this author, and she is married to a man, which doesn't automatically equate to her being strictly heterosexual, but I didn't see anything any more than that, so that's the only one I don't know or don't think is. But that is The Luminous Dead by Caitlin Starling. Listen up here. I know what like this is about. It's like a diving thing, and it's female sci-fi horror-esque thriller. I don't know the difference but yes, I just know that it is kind of actually like, whoa, fucks you up, and there's a female romance in here. I am excited to read it. This was a big book last year. Another big book from last year is Wilder Girls by Rory Power. This is own voices. Rory Power, I know, identifies as queer. I don't know if there's anything else more specific, but that's fucking hella cool. And this is, if you haven't heard it, it was huge on BookTube last year. It is basically the female feminist version of Lord of the Flies with a bunch of girls on an island, and There is female romance in here, and also body horror. And I really, honestly, as long as I have been wanting to read this, don't know anything deeper than that, but it's because I don't really need anything deeper than that. Like, that just sounds fantastic. So, ready for that. Oh, this also came out last year. Brave Face by Sean David Hutchinson. This is his memoir, and Sean David Hutchinson is an openly out gay male who writes queer and diverse YA. He's written one of my favorite queer stories of all time, We Are the Ants. Fantastic. And this is his memoir about coming out and his mental health. I know he deals with depression and all that, and he is someone that I just love because I love his writing. I feel like I would be able to relate to a lot of things in here. I'm very, very interested in just learning more about him and his experiences and how that shapes his books, and if I can find any relation to him in through this. And I'm very, very excited for this. I have 2 2020 releases. Let's start with this one, and that is Real Life by Brandon Taylor. This, first off, I want to talk about this cover. This color scheme, beautiful. This is another one that is my POC rep here. It is written by a black man who is queer, and it chronicles the life of a also black queer man who goes to college and is experiencing so many things for the first time, and he's feeling isolated, and he's trying to figure out how he fits in with his group and what he is not sharing, how that affects him, and just a lot of things like that, I know. And this is one of my most anticipated releases of this year, and I feel it's going to be one of the most important ones. Like, if I could have only bought in one, this is the one, and I am very, very excited to read it. Next is Everything is Beautiful, I'm Not Afraid. I'm gonna butcher this, I know. I fucking should have looked this up, and I am so sorry because of the Chinese pronunciation. I don't want to say it because I'm gonna fucking butcher it. By Yao Xiao. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But this is a graphic novel collection. I don't know if it is actually like chronological or if it's just a bunch of little comics put into it, but here we go. I was out at Target doing my essential shopping, and I took a just gander down the book section, quick sweep through, and I saw the cover and go, ooh, is that a graphic novel? Picked it up, didn't even like really read anything, but then I looked at the back. This one-of-a-kind graphic novel explores the poetics of searching for connection, belonging, and identity through the fictional life of a young queer immigrant. Stopped. I literally was like, okay, and I walked away with it because I'm like, that is all I need. That sounds amazing, perfect, I am sold. And then I kept reading. Inspired by the creator's own experiences as a queer, China-born illustrator living in the United States, Everything is Beautiful and I'm Not Afraid has an undeniable memoir quality to its recollection and thought-provoking accounts of what it's like to navigate the complexities of seeking belonging and mentally and geographically. Yeah, so I love my graphic novels. I love my queers. I love my POC queers. I love my graphic memoirs. This is technically following a fictional little character, but I am just, so fucking excited for this. Yes. Also, like, just flipping through, look at these colors. Like, these are totally opposite color schemes, but they just are so beautiful. I love graphic novels. Next, I'm gonna throw in 2 rereads that I would like to hopefully read during the month of June. They are both queer, of course, and the first one could be debatable because some people, like the cis het white men usually, who are like classic elitist in like the literature world, don't think queer people existed back then. But The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde is fucking gay. Yes, I talked about this in the books that I want to reread in 2020, and it is one of my favorite classics. I have not read it since high school, and I was like, I've been meaning to reread it, and I go, what a better time to reread it than Pride Month. I just love it. It is about, if you don't know, it is about this man Dorian Gray, who gets his portrait drawn terms, and he's like very, very vain and conceited and thinks beauty and uses everything, so he gets mad because the painting's gonna be beautiful forever and he won't. And then some weird devil magic shit happens and the painting decays and he stays youthful and beautiful and can fuck all the men and women he wants. Bisexual icon. And then the next one is The Color Purple by Alice Walker. This is one of my favorite, absolute favorite queer, oh, I don't think I mentioned, this is written by a queer Chinese woman, so that's the rep in there. This is written by a queer Black woman, and I believe Alice Walker identifies as bisexual. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is a beautiful and heart-wrenching tale of a Black woman, Black sisterhood, and love, and self-love, and self-respect, and it's amazing. I originally read my mother's copy of it, and I immediately was like, I need to have my own copy, and since then, I'm like, I need to read this so I can just annotate the hell out of it. It is a powerful story. I know everybody knows the movie with Oprah. I prefer the book tenfold more. It is powerful and amazing, and I love our queer POC women. Yes, bitch, fuck it up. Okay, this is actually really short for once. Wow. I know I'm gonna talk for 2 hours probably in this fucking... Anyway, yeah, so these are all of the physical books I currently own that I would like to read during Pride Month. If you've read any of these, please let me know what you think. If any of these sound interesting to you, let's talk about it. If you have any queer books that you would like to throw my way, preferably super diverse, past LGB, because sadly most of these did not go past that. I think I just read all my other ones, but if whatever it is, something that speaks to you as a queer person, please let me know. I've done a couple of other queer-esque related things. I did a video at the end of last year that was like 5-word summaries, and I just pulled the majority of my queer books off of my shelves and I just tried to summarize them in 5 words. Didn't really help, but if like anybody wants any sort of queer recommendations, queer anything from me, please let me know. Cool. Happy Pride, y'all. Please stay safe. Know the world is fucking chaotic and shitty. Whether you are out, whether you cannot come out, whether you don't know, you're questioning, no matter where you are in your queer journey, you are valid. There's gonna be people who love you regardless of anything, and we all deserve happiness and love, no matter how hard it is. Sometimes that transcends queerness, obviously, but you know, we are important and valued, and we need to show, especially if this is talking about Bookshare publishers, that we want these kinds of stories, specifically on Voices, specifically as diverse as possible in terms of representation in gender, sexuality, lack thereof, on either POC rep. So let's fucking go. Happy fucking Pride.